All right, everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Nexus Commentaries, casting some Thursday night cheer league action. Technically, it's Friday morning for me at this point. I've got El Gato here with me. Say hi, El Gato. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Meow.
He's like, what is going on? So, right now, we're waiting on the Golden Mishas California. And tonight they're going to be playing Rick's R for Kids in some Division One action. It's really fun to see the Golden Mishas. Essentially, I'll call it warming up for Heroes of the Dorm because you know that's what they're doing. And they're staying competitive, and I love that. They definitely want that scholarship money coming around later in the year. So, what do you think?
Well, 2018, but yeah, they're prepping for that. They're seeing probably, I'm sure, trying to get some subs in and trying to see who fits and who doesn't particularly necessarily work out in the team dynamic. And no better way to do that than I think some amateur league action. I'm sure as things get closer, they'll move on to stuff like HEC Open, which we saw earlier this year with UT Arlington. They really pushed hard for playing in the HGC Open before Dorm, and I think that really helped them because when you have games that are competitive, even if it's not for necessarily money or anything, it really helps you play to your best ability, I think, and practicing that drafting dynamic in an environment like this is always helpful to building that experience.
Definitely. And it seems that the Golden Mishas are now ready to go.
Well, it's good. I was a little worried about a potential forfeit, but this is good. Good times. I'm
No.
glad we're going to be getting these games in here.
Yeah, I'm talking to Watcher right now, and they're having technical issues with one of their players. I'll say I won't get into specifics, but just taking them a little bit of time, and they'll be in here soon, and we will get this game going, ready to go. Let's
Soon
see.
TM.
Soon trademarked. And let's find out what the maps and bands are so you can make the room. Oh, nope, never mind. Watcher's already made it. He's ahead of the game.
I like when they make the room.
I like it when they make the room too, but I am not on Rixer for kids.
But yeah, Golden Mishas versus Ricks are for kids. Going to be our final match of the night here in Chair League.
Yeah.
It should be fun though. I'm excited. Golden Mishas are always really great to watch.
Yeah, they're definitely a team to keep your eye on here in Division One in Chair League, and really for the rest of the year. And they're always a contender for Heroes of the Dorm. So it's really fun to get this early peek at what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. And I'm really interested to see this first map, Battleground, and it is going to be on Brax's Holdout, and we've casted some games on this before, but it's really interesting just how this Battleground can play out. It can be extremely snowbally, and the game can be over in 10, 12 minutes, but it can also kind of ebb and flow, especially if teams are drafting well against each other or they're very evenly matched up, because getting the right specialist or the right range damage can really propel your team out of control, and that's a scary prospect on this Battleground, and NA seems to favor this, and so I guess it's not a huge surprise to see it here in Chair League tonight. I wasn't expecting it, but it is kind of not a huge surprise.
No, not at all. I mean, this has been a pretty consistent map for tonight at least. We've seen this map just get picked over and over again with some sometimes wacky comps. I believe one of the winning teams ended up having a Cho'Gall comp. Or maybe that was the losing side, but there was a Cho'Gall comp tonight that won, and it was just and it won so hard that they tried it again on
Oh
Sky
my
Temple, and
gosh.
that didn't really work out.
No, no, that would not work very well.
They
I
were
feel like
leading for a
we
while.
casted Cho'Gall, was it Monday night for HEC Open, or was it different? Different. I can't remember.
Yeah, but everyone seems to be ready, and we're going to.
The fun part about commentating these games is seeing these players jaw at each other a little bit in chat.
Yeah, it's always enjoyable to watch the chat just go nuts at the start.
But yeah, I think we're going to get underway on this draft shortly. As both teams did, I believe, say they're ready, and we let them know that the casters are ready, and we are going into Brax's holdout. Look out for some Gul'dan. Look out for potentially Cho'Gall.
I don't think
Look out for their Ariel.
I don't think we'll see Cho'Gall here. I'm not making any bets.
That's right, though. Ariel did get changed.
She did.
Have you been seeing her tonight?
Yes. Still, she's definitely been first pick, first ban material still. So the changes apparently not that concerning for our teams that we've casted tonight.
Well,
So-
what's interesting about changes like this is when they come before your matches that are so close to them, like you don't have time to really prep for them necessarily, so you kind of just go with what you know. Unless the changes are so dramatic that it's like super obvious that the hero is terrible. But Stitch's first ban here, she's just seen a lot of play in that warrior spot lately, and just being able to provide a lot of damage and slowing potential with this slam build, and obviously the putrid bile, just a great offensive and defensive ability, being able to zone out the enemy team or really catch people off guard. Really good bans. And we're going to see Garrosh banned.
Garrosh has seen a lot of action tonight. He was almost picked every game in our last series, and like I said, there's the Ariel pick. She like the changes to her not that concerning. I really think Ariel gets a lot of value here, especially on the defense with that sacred sweep doing more damage in the center now. So there's a lot of value that can come from that, and being accurate with those sacred sweeps.
I mean, we're starting to see that a lot from Blizzard with changes to heroes, where they're changing skills, but they're making it more rewarding for players with a higher skill on these skill shots. Kind of like
Chromie
sweeping strikes. Yeah, it was alluding definitely to Chromie, but those aren't live quite yet.
Yeah,
but,
that's the Kel'Thuzad patch that'll be coming here very soon. We see Greymane picked up on the side of the Golden Mishas. They're gonna look to pair this with maybe either a solid tank like a Nubarak.
And there you are, right on the money, the Nubarak. And Greymane's another one of those heroes that we've seen really ebb and flow in and out of the meta. I remember there was a time where we saw him absolutely every single game, and then not so much. And all right, we got to talk about these next two picks, though, because they're moving this draft along fast. But Vala and Stukov getting picked up, the double support Ori coming out, and Vala just enables that hope generation
And
so well
yeah,
for the Ariel.
Thankfully, you don't have their double support, so you don't really have to worry about the Tassadar. I mean, it's kind of a worry, but I wouldn't sweat it too much.
I wouldn't waste a ban on that.
Yeah,
is what it comes down to.
You've got the Geisha Angel and the M Bison Dictator coming out, and those are just two incredibly strong healers. So really, I'm looking at a specialist or double tank at this point. Well, I don't know. Not on Braxis. Double tank leaves you a little lacking in the damage area. So we're probably looking at two, maybe a Nazebo, maybe a Sylvanas on the side of Rixer for kids, followed by another damage dealer. And we see, or I'm sorry, another tank. So we see the Arthas ban. Arthas being probably the best solo laner in the game right now, um, and just one of the strongest tanks there is. And we see Ricks for Kids hovering that Uther ban, and I like that ban. Divine Shielded Greymane is just absolutely just terrifying to deal with.
But they switch it up. It's going to be the Chromie that gets banned out. Not wanting to deal with that too much.
I don't blame them.
And I can't blame them too much for that. But Chromie has the potential to just spiral completely out of control.
Yeah,
and we've seen it happen on games all the time.
Yeah, and we had a team, I believe it was Give Us a Chancey, who picked an incredibly light wave clear team, but followed it up with just incredible team fight damage. And they centered it around the Chromie, and they won very convincingly on that map tonight. And I was very worried for that game for them, because if they had faced 100 strong Zerg wave, they had very little wave clear to deal with that. So, but in this case, you do have the Greymane, you do have the Anubarak, and they would still have, another pick after that to draft some wave clear in there, like a Gul'dan or something. But we see the
interesting.
Oh, I like this.
I like this. I'm a little surprised they did pick up their support here. I felt like they could have kept that till that fifth slot just to have the flexibility in the support slot. But they're either going to be going triple warrior or going with another damage dealer, I imagine, in that final spot. And maybe they want that flexibility for the damage spot versus the support going in, and we'll see how they react to these final two picks to round out our red team. And they need some warriors. They need a warrior at least. Still left on the board, we do have ETC Muradin, Diablo Johanna. All I think are good picks and could be useful in this composition. I'm curious if they're going to go all in on Vala and go double warrior though.
I would be really worried about the amount of damage they could put out in team fights in the long run, if they go double warrior here. You see Alarak, Diablo. I like this is a good combo.
Diablo. You can toss them in, and then Alarak pushes them even closer to your team, and that just gives you so much more time to stun and get more damage on them, and could secure some kills for them.
Yeah. Now, if you're the Golden Mishas, what do you complement this team with? If you go triple warrior, you're almost locked into the Zarya pick, I think. And I think we have seen them go triple warrior with a Zarya before.
No, Zarya is really great, especially in that triple warrior composition, because she almost plays like more like a support, I feel like, because of the shields, but like more like a damaging support. But we'll have to see. I'd like to see them pick up a damage dealer here, just to keep pace with what's on the other side here with Alarak and Vala.
Maybe something like a Kael'thas, maybe?
Kael'thas is not getting picked up. It's either a Li Ming or... Oh. Okay. Tron, we have not seen in quite a bit, but yeah, she does provide that extra damage. Obviously, the arrow helps you be really bursty, especially with Greymane. I'm almost wondering if that means we'll see go for the throat instead of Cursed Bullet.
It's very possible. Cursed Bullet is almost pretty much going to be exclusively for Diablo, so it might not get as much value as you'd like to see it if in regards if they were coming up against a double warrior. So we'll definitely see how this turns out, but I do love the Alarak pick. I'm garbage with them, but I appreciate some good Alarak play. So we'll see how this turns out. We're Nexus Commentaries. I'm Zexorus. With me is DJ Tyrant. We are going into Brax's Holdout with Golden Mishas versus Ricks Are for Kids, and I am exhausted.
Hi, exhausted.
Har har har.
Yeah, we are going into game number one. Looks like Pierce threw the short straw there, but on the left side, we do have the Golden Mishas. We do have Watcher playing that Tehran, N4 on Malfurion, Mr. Fahrenheit on Urak, Pierce playing Sonya, and Tebben on the Greymane.
And on the side of Rixer for kids, we've got Zergwig on the big red, well, purple machine. Diablo, Michi D's on the Vala, Dementia on the Stukov, Dan Clan on the Ariel, and Alarak, and who is being played by Sean Squirrel Sheen. Sean, wow, really hard.
Squirrel Sean.
Squirrel Sean on the Alarak in the solo lane.
Yeah, I want to mention some level 1 talents though really quickly here. I feel like I mentioned this last time with the Stukov pick is Groin Infestation getting picked again here. It seems like even with the nerf, players are not being deteriorated away from that. They like having the larger radius on it, and we are going to see Lunar Blaze come out for Tehran. So looking a bit more for that stun and damage.
Yeah, we see a little bit of a fracas going on top as Golden Mishas are definitely looking to get a push going early on. And
yeah,
nice.
But in the bottom lane, they're going to be able to get a tower first already, and it looks like they're going to get 2 out of this. Sonya can't do too much to push this back.
Yeah, if she pokes her head out of that gate, Diablo suplexes her, and that's going to lead to a lot of damage on her, and she won't have enough sustain on it. And we see Vala already going for this bottom well, gets it, and that's a really good value on the side of Rixer for kids, taking that well out at least. But they're going to go for more. They're definitely going to try to push this fort down. And let's go to the top and see how Golden Mishas are faring.
They're starting to even things up a little bit. They're going in on to, they almost got Stukov with the burrow from a Nubrak, but they're going to get the well. They're going to get damage on the towers. And then the bottom lane, checking back in there really quick, they almost have this bottom fort down. And they should be able to get this. Yeah, with this next minion wave, they're going to be able to get that. But, oh my gosh, Golden Mishas, they're going in. Alarak's in huge trouble right now. Greymane's going to continue pursuing him. He's not under a tower, so he can't escape. Greymane going to pick up First Blood, and they're going to be able to pick up this tower, I think, in top to even things up. So, overall, a very even beginning of the game. No, they get pushed back by Vala.
Yeah, really, I mean, it's an even trade, but I mean, you call it an even trade, but how even is it when you lose a fort? You're already down a structure and you're on the side, and that
you're on the Zerg wave pot side there for this first one.
Exactly, but we see Golden Mishas controlling up both of these beacons at the moment, already at 34%, and really good value. TK Discord Strike combo misses from Squirrel Sean. And he's just throwing that lightning out repeatedly. Gets hit by the stun from Tehran, adding to the value of Lunar Blaze right now. Just 5 away from getting that initial.
Oh, Watcher in a lot of trouble, but is able to walk away. The Root is going to be able to see her escape. Lunar Flare onto 2. They almost get the Vala, but that healing from Ariel is just so strong right now.
Let's go look at this Sonya and Alarak matchup real quick. Squirrel Shine taking that beacon over, but Sonya goes in, eats a Discord Strike, gets pushed alongside him, but pushes Alarak off in time.
Yeah, so keeping the beacons even right now. 64% for the Golden Mishas, 0 right now for Rixer for kids, but they're going to be able to get some counter pushing in this top lane. It looks like they get a tower, and they might be able to get a second one here as well, but it looks like we do have a flank coming from the side of the Golden Mishas. They are moving in. The stun on the Nubarak really helps them potentially escape from here, but the dive in from a Nubarak stuns on 2. The damage focused on the Stukov, and Stukov is going to get finished off, but the tower is going to be able to kill off Greymane as well.
Zerglin going in with those suplexes, gets a kill onto Tehran right there. Vala just going in. Malfurion. It's a 3-for-1 trade so far. Nubrak having to run for his life. The bug can't move that quick. Diablo stuns him up. Discord Strike to follow it, and Nubrak falls. A 4-for-1 trade. And now Rixer for kids just sitting in an incredible position right now.
Yeah, and this is going to be very hard for Golden Mishas to be able to take any of these beacons back, and I think they might be able to just get their 100% here and start pushing this bottom lane. I imagine that's where the focus is going to be, as they are able to pick up the top tower as well. Greymane is going to be able to channel Misha, the Golden Misha's beacon in the bottom. Alrak getting focused on, able to discourage himself away, but no, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, no, that was a nice rotation. It stopped that little bit of percent from the from Rixer for kids, but really, it's just delaying the inevitable right now. And we got a team fight breaking out. The lurking infestation from Stukov getting work. It's gonna be able to hold him off.
So they're gonna be able to complete it, yeah. So we see an engagement here. Lunar Flare on the Diablo, tons of damage going on there. The Burrow onto the back line, harassing Ariel and Stukov right now, but no significant damage on either side. Only Diablo really taking a brunt of that, but Nubrak in a lot of trouble. This should be him going down. It is, and it's going to be a huge Zerg wave here, pushing in the bottom lane. And like you were talking about earlier, that fort being down means this is already threatening keep wall.
Yeah, they should be able to get the keep wall with little effort here, as Alarak is trying to take care of this top wave by himself. Pierce just kind of going in. They're going to get this top fort, I think. It's the silence onto Sonya, but this growing infestation is just getting so much value. Stun on a Nubarak right there, or on Diablo right there. Grabs the Malfurion. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Can he survive it? Oh, the
Guardian finished him off.
Nice kill by the Guardian. And are they going to just pressure this keep? They might be able to get this. They got three Guardians on it.
They do. I think they're going to back off here. And poor Malfurion looks like he didn't play any Brood War. He forgot about the range on those Guardians there. Oh, the sweep, the swipe coming in. And it's going to push back the Golden Mishas, and now they're getting aggressive. But the Diablo does get taken down. He does have 100 souls, so he is going to be returning to the Hall of Storms shortly here. And it's a full retreat now for Rixer for kids. Vala getting focused on getting stunned. This is really bad. The Aegis Crystal does come out. Is it enough? It is. They get a kill on Greymane.
They get a kill on the Anubrak as well. Mitchie D just barely staying alive, getting so much value with the hope, and Vala just being that battery. Vala stays alive that entire time. It was a beautiful Aegis, and they're just running in a stun onto two from the Tehran right there, and they're gonna get this keep regardless.
Yeah, 2 Guardians were still up after that. Heroics are still not online for Golden Mishas. They're still ways away from there, and Sonya has got to be a little concerned here out in no man's land as the rotation is coming. No, they decided to rotate down. Going to be going for their camps, I imagine. Yeah, going to be getting their safe camps here as they kind of don't want to push a fight here. It looks like as they go into the middle phase of this game.
Yeah, and Golden Mishas are coming up on their 10, so we might see a completely different play style from them once they get their 10s, and we do see them come out. We see Twilight Dream, Cocoon, Leap, Cursed Bullet, and Shadowstalk on the side, but in the meantime, Rixer for Kids are going down. Vala gets obliterated in a hurry thanks to that Cocoon onto the Stukov. Flailing swipe, or the swipe comes out from the Stukov.
It's not enough though. The stuns come in on the Stukov and they're able to finish him off. So it's a 3-for-0 right now in the favor of Golden Mishas, and boy, they just turned on the ignition after getting their heroics online, and they are looking really strong right now. Trying to turn this back. They do need to send someone to take care of that camp up in the top lane at some point, it looks like, as they're going to be able to get this fort wall down in the bottom lane and continue this pressure that they got off of that team fight that they soundly won.
Yeah, they did a really good job. I don't think they're going to be able to get this fort right away. As we see Alra come in, get the nice Discord strike on. Oh, so much damage. The Shadow Charge from the Diablo. As Diablo goes down, stun on it too.
Jeez.
And now the Sonya is trying to spin the win. The Malfurion also goes down. Everything's falling apart at the wheels for the Golden Mishas. Tevin in a lot of trouble, goes down as well. The only one to survive is Sonya.
This is really dangerous with the bottom keep already down. The access to the core is there. They're going to be going on to boss here, And I imagine shortly after grabbing those beacons, getting that progress and getting some insane pressure put on this map.
Yeah, this is a really good call on the side of Rixer for Kids. Just grabbing this boss, and now it's going to give them added beacon value because now they got to pull off and deal with that boss.
Yeah, it's basically impossible for Golden Mishas to be able to contest these beacons. I mean, you're putting them in a rock and a hard place, and that's what you want to have happen. But they are going to be able to kill off Diablo. He doesn't have enough souls, so he's down for another 30 seconds. Vala is having to move back, and maybe they just overextended here and assumed that they would fall back on the boss. I'm a little surprised that they didn't, and they're getting rewarded for it.
Yeah, Alarak.
Although they're losing the beacons, they're going to lose all of the beacons.
And that boss is still pushing in the top. And then now that boss is incredibly healthy. And look,
Core's already under attack.
There's 3 catapults.
Killed, but this is a huge amount of core pressure. The Zerg wave is going to help push the top as well. And we do see Malfurion and Anubrak clean this up some, but there's already a bunch of those shields gone. Here comes Sonya to try to clean up this top lane a bit. Don't know if they're going to be able to prevent some permanent damage on the core. Tehran gets killed in the bottom lane, though. Not all of... I don't know what she was doing over there. I was so focused on this core pressure that I didn't see what was going on. The boss is down to about 40% life, but not before it tickles the core for some damage here.
Yeah, Twilight Dream used on one as Squirrel Sean is just harassing them. He needs to get out, I should say. But no, they decide to engage. The Cocoon goes out. Crystal Aegis used onto the Ariel. She ends up going down. This is a definite overextension on the side of Rixer for Kids, and Diablo Shadow charges a creep in order to get out. This is a smart decision at this point. They lost their healer. Now's a good time to leave.
Yeah, the Zerg wave gets cleaned up. The boss is cleaned up. 25% permanent damage onto the core. They're going to be picking up as many camps as they can in the midst. As they do see Rixer for Kids picking up theirs as well. I don't think they have a chance to invade. There's just too slow on the rotations there. But going to get their safe camps. And wow, Golden Mishas, they have to decisively win a team fight and get a fort to get back into this game, though. I mean, that was a valiant defense, but if they lose,
we see Squirrel Sean go in, uses the counter strike, and Val is getting a lot of value with that zoning strafe being used. 60-second cooldown. That's the biggest thing in the world. Diablo goes in on to Tehran, gets spotted out. She was trying to be sneaky and shadow stalk around behind him, but it didn't work in the end, and she gets blown up for her efforts, leading Rixer for Kids to just kind of aggressively push this at this point. Stun onto the Anubrak. The Curse Bullet goes out, and Anubrak is just dead at this point.
Yeah, I was about to say the death timers are low enough that Tehran should be back in time for this defense, but losing the Anubrak too, that is painful for the Golden Mishas. And they're going to get aggressed on here, almost killing off that Malfurion. Has to really heal himself up. Here comes the Sonya stun, the spin to win, but she gets killed for her efforts, and Malfurion goes down as well. I think this is going to be game number 1 for Rix for Kids.
Yeah, this is, I gotta say it, this is definitely GG at this point. There's not a whole lot, any that the Golden Mishas can do. This is honestly a kind of surprising turn of events. Rixer for Kids just looking incredibly strong right there.
Yeah, and they picked a lot of heroes that just complement each other well. We talked a lot about in the draft the Diablo throw into the Nubrak displacement. Or not Nubrak, Alarak. Close enough, right?
Close enough.
Yeah, and that combo just really worked well for them, kind of setting up Vala to maximize her damage there. So, really nice job by Rixer for Kids. And they're taking an early lead in this best of 3 at 1-0.
Yeah, and we're waiting on the next map to come out and find out what exactly what our next. We're going to Battlefield of Eternity.
Yeah, I wanted to
Fun,
really
fun.
quickly though talk about the Vala build there, as they took the auto attack Vala build. Very interesting. We see that's what I really love about Heroes and Vala in particular is it seems like they've really got Vala in a nice place where she has a wide variety of builds that can be used.
Yeah, and really, I don't think you see a whole lot of auto attack Vala on Brexus. I think you usually see a multi-shot build just for that wave clear.
Mm,
So that was a really interesting decision. But Ricks are for kids did take an early lead, which probably led that Vala to feeling a little more comfortable in picking those talents because she was getting a lot of value out of that Ariel's heal. So I mean,
hmm
just good heads up play from both that Vala and that Ariel to keep that Vala topped off.
Yeah, just a huge amount of value there, and like I said, I think they drafted really well and just getting heroes that complement each other. And I think Golden Mishas just they just didn't execute like we're used to them seeing them do. And we'll have to see how their strategy changes in game number two. Maybe they were just feeling out their opponents. Who knows? And I'm really excited to see game number two though, because if Rixer for Kids does that again, they're looking really good in Division One.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely looking a pleasant surprise, some competition for the Golden Mishas because I'll be honest, I I'm not exactly a fan of Golden Mishas. I'm an IUPUI guy myself, but Golden Mishas were definitely no slouches in Heroes of the Dorm. So for someone to come up and throw this wrench in the gears is kind of refreshing and surprising.
hmm
So we're waiting for the invite to the next lobby. And how you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm really excited to be checking out some more competitive heroes, and it's been fun so far. I'm glad I was able to hop on here and take a look.
Yeah, that's why I definitely picked this very late time for me. It's only like 9 o'clock for you, but we will get into game two here very soon. We're going to Battlefield of Eternity. Once again, we are Nexus Commentaries bringing you Thursday night chair league action with Golden Mishas versus Rixer for Kids. Once again, I am Zexrus. With me tonight is Mr. Stay Tight himself, DJ Tyrant.
Yeah, and I decided to go look a little bit into the past of these matches, and Rixer for Kids has beaten Golden Mishas the past two times that they've played.
Really?
August 10th, they beat them 2-1, and on July 27th, they beat them 2-0.
Interesting.
So
So,
Rixer for Kids is pretty good.
yeah, I'll definitely say they are. I'd say they're very good for in the amateur league. So, let's see here.
Cool, we got a lobby. We're getting into game number two.
Let's see. Zergling, could you move me and DJ, please? I do not feel I could live up to this high competitive standard.
There you go. But yeah, after looking that up, I'm excited for game number two. I think Golden Mishas has the ability to come back in this series, but we'll have to see how this draft goes because I feel like that draft was a little wonky for Golden Mishas.
Yeah, I was very curious as to. I like what they were attempting with the Toronto last pick. They were just going for that straight up burst damage, just blow somebody up.
Mm-hmm.
And it sadly didn't work out the way they wanted it to. But we'll see how they bounce back in game two on Battlefield, where we could actually see another Tehran pick.
Yeah, it's definitely, this is the battleground you think you'd see that Tehran pick on, but we did see it on Braxis. So hopefully we will get the draft underway very shortly, as I'm excited to get into game number 2 and see how the series plays out.
Yeah, I'm incredibly excited to see how this turns out, because I just kind of wrote Golden Mishas off being top kings of the hill, but it seems like after your quick little research that Ricks Are for Kids definitely have their number. So you don't want to lose to the same team 3 times in a row. That gets annoying after a while. But here we go, going into the draft for game number 2 of the Golden Mishas versus Ricks Are for Kids.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a lot of the same picks in the sense of Nubarek, Greymane, Vala, Ariel are all really hotly contested picks on this battleground. Even just in general, in heroes that are really contested, but on this battleground especially, I think they shine. And I imagine assuming Vala doesn't get banned out and gets picked up, we're going to see more of the traditional build we see of Valo in that Q build. Number 1 player killer in A, though, getting hovered.
Are they? 'Cause I don't see anything being hovered on my screen.
Oh, okay. It's Genji being hovered right now for ban. So we'll see if they do lock that in. 10 more seconds to go. And
Nova's still the number 1 player hero killer.
oh, it's Vala.
It's
they changed it the last second.
Yeah, I mean, really, Monster Hunter build on this map is incredibly nasty for bursting down that immortal. So I don't really blame Rixer for Kids not wanting to have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was smart ban in my opinion.
Oh, very smart ban. And another big one to be kind of on the lookout for, probably not getting banned though, is the Artanis. We've seen it attempted recently a few times on this battleground, but not seeing as much use as he once did. He almost always got picked up on this battleground, but not quite as much anymore. Here we go with the Stitches, though. Stitches survives that ban stage. Going to be first picked.
I don't know if Stitches gets enough value because they're not using the correct skin, so they're not really going to have pork advantage in this situation. Remember,
no pork advantage here.
Chef Stitches is the best skin for Stitches.
Yes, they still do have a chance in the swap phase to change the skins, I believe. So hopefully they'll redeem the error of their ways. But Greymane and Nubrak would not shock me in this position. We saw it last game. We could see the same exact draft in that respect here.
Yeah, it's very, very possible. Greymane definitely a powerhouse on this map. We see the Ariel come out, which I love. You know, they take it for themselves. They go with the creepy statue Ariel. I like it. I don't know what else to call her. I don't know which skin that is. So
I think it's a fair assessment of that skin. Creepy Ariel. Creepy statue Ariel. Cassia.
I like it.
It's
already okay. We're going to kind of force you into a mage comp here, which doesn't get as much value as maybe an auto attack comp. So I like this decision. The constant blinds coming out of Cassia and that trait is high value. Being able to run around and that 60% damage reduction while she's moving is very, very good. Because even if she's slowed, even if she's slowed, she's still getting that damage reduction. So we'll see how Rixer for Kids decide to respond here.
Yeah, they're eating up more of their clock here, though, and really thinking about these next picks. I imagine they'll pick up a support here so it doesn't get stifled out in this next ban phase. Got to figure out something to deal with this Cassie, though, because it's definitely one of those heroes that can get out of control. And they're going to pick up the Alarak in Stukov. So Alarak, once again, getting paired up with Stukov.
And really, that's a good combo for the stitches. Really, he hooks somebody in. You drop the arm at their feet, and Alarak TKs them back into the arm radius when they're trying to get away. So it gets an extended amount of value. So I like this combination. I like to see a bit more damage and a bit more control come out on the side of Rixer for Kids to get the fullest value. And we do see that Greymane band come out now.
Yeah, Greymane getting the boot, not a huge surprise in this position. One of the better heroes to work on the objective, work on these Punishers, and yeah, him making it to the second ban phase definitely means he's going to get banned out. No surprise there. They're looking to ban Diablo, though. I guess they're assuming that Golden Mishas would pick up Diablo if left on the table, but now they hover back over the Uther. So interesting ban. I'm not entirely sure that they were going to go Uther there.
I think Rixer for Kids are maybe sniffing out some kind of cheese cow. Oh my god.
Okay, now I understand the Uther ban.
Yeah,
a little better.
Yeah, I definitely understand the Uther ban now.
Holy smokes.
Still, that's going to be a lot of hope being generated for Ariel, which translates to a lot of health and sustain for Cho'Gall. And this is not the smallest map. It's not Tomb, but it's a 2-lane map, and they're not the biggest in the world. So a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out.
We will see how it plays out. I'm curious to see if Rixer for Kids, what they decide to pick up here. They need some sort of giant killer action here, and maybe they pick up a Tychus, maybe they pick up a Rainer.
You know what they could
I'm
go
really
for?
curious to see what they go. Whoa.
They could go for the Dream. They could go for the Nubarak. Nubarak, Stitch's Gorge, take Cho'Gall over the wall, and then a giant killer. I
really like this. Yorick and Tychus, Yorick with the Drain Hope, even though it's not the new Drain Hope, is still a lot of damage that can be done to the Cho'Gall combo.
This is very true. You're definitely not wrong on this, but we're gonna see how. I really feel like a specialist here would go a very, very long way with this comp, or another tank maybe. So we're gonna see what the Golden Mishas pick up for their quote 4th pick.
Yeah, they have very little in terms of stuns. So I'm a little concerned about that. It is going to be Malthael.
Okay,
so
I dig it.
For that damage.
I dig this. It's value on the Immortal because Reaper's Mark does affect the Immortal if I remember correctly. It's value on the double tank comp. I'm okay with this draft. We're going to see how this turns out in Game 2 between the Golden Mishas and Rixar for Kids here at Thursday Night Share League. We are headed into the Battlefield of Eternity. And then
Battlefield of Eternity going to be game number 2 between the Golden Mishas and Rixar for Kids. And did I flip the teams? I think I did. Golden Mishas are on the right side. My fault.
They are indeed. But you know what? That's okay because I hit literally 2 buttons and the scoreboard is fixed.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, the analysis still stands. It doesn't matter which team drafted which, I guess, in this situation. But Golden Mishas They I think they have a good comp to go up against the Cho'Gall. It just comes down to execution and stopping the Malthael from just absolutely annihilating your back line is the order here for them. On the left side, though, we do have Ricks are for kids, Zergling playing Malthael, Squirrel Sean on Show, Dan Clan on Gaul, making Squirrelan, Squaw Clan,
Squoo Clan.
Ariel being played by Dementia and Cassia by Mitchie D's.
And on the side of the Golden Mishas, we've got Pierce on the Leoric, Watcher on the Tychus, Stitches on Mr. Fahrenheit on the Stitches, Tebin on the Alarak, and Stuka being played by N4. And we see that actually both teams are kind of headed towards the middle, dropping sprays. I hear it. I hear the number 2 hit the ground, and Drain Hope onto Zergling right there, throws the hook, Mr. Fahrenheit does, and hits nothing but air. So Tyke is quickly taking care of that eyeball.
2 eyeballs just immediately destroyed.
And
they're going to go.
That's a long cooldown, too. That's a 40-second cooldown.
Yeah, and they're going to go in and put on the pressure in this bottom lane, even with the Cho'Gall and Ariel combo here. We have Malthael laning up with the Leoric and putting the damage onto the Leoric already, and that's a pretty good matchup for Malthael, it looks like.
Yeah, and we see Cho'Gall getting some good value. Oh, we've got a pause.
We do, and that gives me a second to talk a little bit about the Stukov build. Changing things up, we saw the Lurking Arm upgrade last game. It's going to be Poppin' Pustules. So we're going to see that that quest being picked up by Watcher here, and see if he can complete that.
Some fun little banter going on in between the playing on my Game Boy.
There you go. Does look like we will be getting back in the game. Both teams saying they are ready. So I imagine a countdown, and then we will get unpaused and back into game number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity. Once again, Chair League between Golden Mishas and Ricks are for kids. Ricks are for kids have already beaten the Golden Mishas twice this season. We'll see if they make it 3.
Yeah, well, let's see. Stitch's hook comes out, hits nothing but air. I'm still half expecting the Stitches to go Gorge.
Yeah, you could definitely see that happen. Really being able to displace the Cho'Gall, and they don't really have an answer for it. The only one that can really dive on it is the Malthael.
Yeah, and a lot of damage going on to that Cho'Gall just now, thanks to the minigun from Tychus. And we've got our first immortal phase, and Pierce just having a really rough time of things with that Leoric right now, but Zergling having to hit the well for some extra mana, and it's going to go in on this immortal. As you see that 2.5%.
Oh, Stukov got totally focused down there, stunned into that little rock formation by the Punisher, and just eliminated so quickly. And now they're going to focus on the top lane here. Pierce is in a lot of trouble once again. So much damage going out. Drain Hope is not enough to keep him up, and that's 2 early kills for Bricks are for kids.
Yeah, and going up against a Cho'Gall comp, this is definitely not the kind of thing you want to have happen. They're already in halftime between the 2 immortals, and when you're falling behind a Cho'Gall comp, this is definitely not the thing you want to have happen.
Wow, what a good phase here for Ricks are for kids. They get the immortal on their left side, their saved side. Cho'Gall taking quite a bit of damage though. Drain Hope still on him. The Ariel healing is there to get Cho'Gall back up. But the silence comes out, and it's going to be able to get the Malthael down. And I really think Ricks are for kids are going to have to back off of this and just give up some of the Punisher health.
Yeah, this is not something you want to force, but Cassie don't care. Lara needs to be careful right there. Could have taken offend. It would have led to his death, and we see Ricks are for kids take a very, very healthy immortal for this first phase. Could at least get the front wall.
Yeah, they potentially have that threatening. The interesting thing going back to the build for Stukov is that they already lost those early stacks that they had on Pop and Pustules and have to start doing that quest all over again. And I feel like it's going to be a tall order to get that finished against this composition from Rixer for Kids. And Golden Meech is already a level behind in this game, and this pressure in this top lane is just so much. There's still shielding left on the Immortal, and it's going to be very difficult to defend this and keep this fort alive. I think they can do it, but they might lose some heroes in the midst of this.
I'm not sure. Well, a lot of value. Nice Discord strike onto Watcher right there, but
Oh,
Stitch
man.
is too far forward and just gets obliterated right there. And yeah, like you said, this is now Golden Mishas are now down a talent tier.
They're down talent tier. They're down a full level, and I feel like they committed too hard to defending that fort too late. Had they lost a player earlier in that engagement, I think they could have still gotten the defense going there and pushed them back. But now they can't even contest this minion camp here, and they are going to come down here. And I don't understand this engagement.
No, they're going in pretty hard, and Pierce is doing a lot of damage, but now he's taking a lot of damage. He's gonna probably go down here. No, he manages to survive with like 50 hit points left. Everyone on the side of the Golden Mishas manages to make it out, but like you said, was that really necessary?
Golden Misha should be happy that they didn't lose a single person there. And that's about all you can take away from that. Here comes the damage onto Cassia, though. Able to walk away. That trait just doing so much work.
Yeah, Cassia just preventing a whole lot of damage right there, while Cho'Gall just sieges up right there. Tyke is trying to go in on that Cho'Gall with the overkill, and Cho'Gall throws some bombs out and heads on back to the safest gate.
I really like this rotation by Malthael to go up in the top lane, get some of this soak, and further their lead that they have right now. He needs to start rotating away right now, though, but I think he understands he's overcommitted here. He's just going to waste their time 2017 here.
Right? Yeah, Zergling knew he was dead. He decided to just delay as much as he could. And again, another great phase for Ricks Are For Kids. They're going to be able to burn this down in a hurry. They're going to have to back off a little bit, being down the mouth aisle. The blind comes out from the Cassia, and nice punch from the Cho'Gall right there to get away, and overkill from the Tychus.
And now this makes it that Golden Mishas, they have to sit here and defend. They can't go fight their own Immortal now. Malthael is up, coming in to help engage on this, and this is a scary spot for Golden Mishas. Down a level. They're going to be down 2 levels in just a moment here. And they do just poke away and get the halftime phase going, and looks like they're going to force an engagement here in the middle. And I lied. They're backing off.
Yeah, if I were Ricks Are For Kids, I'd just do what they're doing right now and just force this down as quickly as possible. Golden Misha is getting a fair bit of damage onto their Immortal target as well, but in the end, it's still over halfway full on their shield, and this is gonna lead to another fort. I mean,
the camp in the bottom almost killed off this fort. No, Cho'Gall just able to poke away that fort and get the value out of it. Is it's going to be pushing down this bottom lane now and already threatening to keep wall 7.5 minutes into this game, and heroics online as well for Ricks Are For Kids. This is scary.
Yeah, we see upheaval from Cho'Gall, followed by Shadow Volley on the Gall. I'm sorry. Tormented Souls, Crystal Aegis, and Ball Lightning.
People misses completely though, so that's good for Golden Mishas. But this wall is down, and now they're going to be threatening keep, and lots of damage coming in from Ricks Are For Kids. They're going to get the fountain, and now they're going to start sieging on the keep. Do they commit to this, or do they let the Immortal just do the damage? It looks like.
I think they've got the damage to help this Immortal along its way. I would just continue to force this. You're up 3 levels at this point. There's no reason for, in my opinion, to back off. Tormented Souls goes
Oh,
out.
man.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
lot
that's
of damage.
dirty.
Yeah.
They're going to focus on the Watcher. They get down the Tychus, and now they're in big trouble. Ball Lightning gets stuffed out by the Hall of Storms. Oh, wow. How did Cassius survive that?
Oh, we're going to see a whole bunch of damage. The Death Shroud hits on 2, and Ariel just
Oh, no. People's up again. Here comes the Chaos Bolts, and they're going to pick up 2 off of this, and Tychus does come back online, but only to try to save his buddies here. And they almost get them out there. Tychus does chase him down. Tychus is going to be donating his life, though.
Or is he?
Or is he?
He's got a running gun up. Dude, I'm going to follow this.
Oh, this is too funny. He's going to try to get
there
Cassius does find him. Oh, but okay, there we go.
Almost got the return kill, but Rixer for Kids did grab that keep, and now they're sitting at quite the advantage. As we're watching the minimap, we're watching this Cho'Gall rotate to the top.
Yeah, and you were right. Look at that Gorge pickup by the Stitches on the side of Golden Mishas. Counter-Strike, Flailing Swipe, Entomb, and Commandeer Odin. See that 3 times fast.
Commandeer Odin.
See, you're much better at the English language than me, apparently. But the top side of the map, they get the camp. They can kind of just clean up the map and paint it blue
now,
for the most part.
I know I talked about really wanting to see the Gorge pick come out of the Stitches, but I feel like it might be a little too late, because you usually Cho'Gall gets put in the box. Crystal Aegis comes out. Nice silence onto Cho'Gall. Here comes the combo. Onto 3. Just damage everywhere. 2 down so far. It's probably going to be a 3rd. Malthael getting some value right there, but the Furious swipes out of Stukov forces everyone away with the extra damage that the Commandeer Odin's bringing to the table. But still, you lost 2.
You still lost 2. You're going to lose this Immortal phase again. And that's going to be threatening top keep. Yeah. And you have to, you already have to respond to this bottom lane. This camp the Shaman camp is pushing hard, as well as 2 catapults. And Stitches is here to clean this up. And while I was focused on that, they split off and donated their lives to Rixer for Kids, apparently. I unfortunately wasn't watching us, and then oh my gosh, it's gonna be a 90% shield immortal. This is potentially game.
Yeah, I feel like this could potentially be game. Everyone on the side of Rixer for Kids are just incredibly healthy still. It just seems like Rixer for Kids just has the Golden Mishas number tonight. Oh, nice. And the Gorge comes out, and Cho'Gall's not in a spot where he wants to be. And okay, there you go. There you go.
This is how you start getting back into this game, though. And now you can fight out here. You can fight where the Immortal is and potentially get another pick or 2. But you can't get hit by that stun. You got to play a little smarter than that. But Mitchie D's taking a lot of damage. They should be able to pick off someone here. The Aegis does come out. Oh wow, great teleport by Malthael, and picks off Stitches in the midst of it. So a 3 for 1 overall. I worry about them not going after the Immortal here. They are going to pick up the Ariel as well, though. So that is a benefit in their favor. But they're still down 2 levels. They still have a fully healthy Immortal pushing down this keep. They should be able to save this keep, but it's definitely going to be close.
I don't know. Yeah. No. About 2 more swipes. Just barely right there.
What was that hook for? Can't hook an Immortal.
It still deals damage.
That's true.
So, I mean, a nice capitalization from the Golden Mishas right there to save that keep, but still, I mean, things are looking pretty dire for him at the moment.
Yeah, it's getting to the point in the game where they they can't afford to give up any more multi-phases. Into the box, Cho'Gall goes. Ariel isn't there to save him. So this is really good, though, now for Golden Mishas. Although, oh, wow,
No,
Tychus.
Cassia going for a
Uh,
ride right now, but the nice Crystal Aegis onto her, and Leoric goes down. A nice flailing swipe from N4 right there, but he's going to end up dying as well here eventually. Malthael just going absolutely insane on this Alarak, just misses. Alarak gets the HP back, no
Ooh, he
misses.
avoids the damage there. Oh, uses the heroic here. Going to be going all in on this. If he can get this. Oh no, Malthael does drop, but Ariel was really tempted to go for that kill.
Yeah, and that definitely would have been a kill on Ariel if she did, because here comes Tychus and here comes the Orc. Misses putting Ariel in the box and eats a detainment strike for his troubles. They're still going to get this kill, and really, it's a really good response coming out of the side of the Golden Mishas. They're going to have a nice advantage coming up for this next Immortal phase, being down, being up 2 heroes.
Yeah, and they're starting to stagger deaths on the side of Rixer for Kids, and that's really what you want to do, especially later into this game as it goes forward. And they're going to get started on their Immortal. They're really putting the damage on, and just sending Stitches and Alrak to push away the rest of the team. But this Gorge does come on a Cho'Gall once more. Ariel's out of position here and can't get the Aegis here, but the molten shield does come out. The lightning ball starting to poke away at the damage. Oh, a big silence as well, but Cassia gets killed in return.
Ooh,
Here comes Ariel.
Cho'Gall having to get away in a hurry, throws out the upheaval, just barely misses the Odin.
Watcher with a good dodge there on the Odin. They're going to focus their damage onto this Immortal. Going to be able to get halftime going. Will they see that this camp is getting taken? Not in time, though, as it does get here taken by Rixer for Kids. And
there needs to be a response from Rixer for Golden Mishas right now, and they're gonna get it, saving this keep once again. But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna be able to save that keep.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're having to split up their team against finding the Immortal objective and protecting this top lane. And they're going to have to send Tychus to bottom lane now as well, because there are 3 catapults and the Shaman camp pushing, and no keep to stop that.
I feel like this keep is gonna eventually go down. They're going in. Alrak with the counter strike gets out just barely, but eats the ball. Lightning's in the face, and 3 are down on the side. Malthael just getting an incredible amount of value right there. Good God.
Well, I thought Golden Mishas were starting to take the game back, but clearly, even if Rixer for Kids didn't come down to attack this core, it was dead.
Yeah.
Because of the pressure, minions, all that, and a very clean. Well, I wouldn't say this game was necessarily clean, but a very clean series overall for Rixer for Kids. They take it 2-0 over the Golden Mishas.
Yeah, I was very surprised that the Cho'Gall pick worked out as well as it did on the side of Rixer for Kids, and just incredibly strong showing out of them tonight. And good games to Rixer for Kids, taking the 2-0 victory over the Golden Mishas. So that any final thoughts before we close it out tonight?
I'm surprised that the Cho'Gall worked. That's my final thought.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, really, that's all that's all you got to say. They did a very good job. If someone from Wix can add me, I'll message. So, with that, any shout outs you want to give out tonight?
Just thank you to you, Zexers, for having me on, and thanks for putting together Nexus commentaries. It's been a lot of fun so far, even though we haven't been around super long. It's been really cool, and I'm really excited for this project.
Thank you. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. This has been definitely a great time. I want to thank Trixler tonight for hosting the channel. That was absolutely awesome. I want to thank all new 36 followers who decided to follow us tonight. Much love. You can find it. You can find me. You can find DJ on twitch.tv/BlizzPro every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time, hosting the Heroes Power Hour. You can also find DJ Thursday nights on the same channel, hosting the Payload Podcast, a Overwatch podcast. If you're into that kind of thing, on the same channel. You can find me at Zexerus Heroes on Twitch. You can find DJ on Twitch as well at DJ Tyrant. And you can find us on Twitter at Nexus Comms Hots, that little name at the bottom. That is us. And we are gonna kick it over to, let's see. I think we're gonna kick it over to Michael Udall. Jimmy, give me the link. And we'll see you probably, if not Sunday, next Thursday with some more sweet, sweet Heroes action. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.